In a small town, there lived a boy named Ryan. Now, Ryan was incredibly smart. Everyone around him, his family, his teachers, they all saw his great potential. He could grasp complex ideas in an instant, and he dreamed big. Ryan's dream was to become a doctor. His goal was crystal clear, and it seemed like everything was perfectly aligned for his success. But Ryan had one major obstacle, a problem he couldn't seem to overcome. He couldn't control his own mind. Every time Ryan sat down to study, his focus would just drift away. One minute he'd be reading a textbook, the next, his thoughts were on his phone. He'd find himself scrolling through Facebook or getting lost in YouTube videos. Other times he would just daydream, imagining his future without putting in the work. He'd often tell himself, "Oh, there's still plenty of time. I'll get to it later." But deep down he knew later never really came. His parents and teachers warned him, time and time again. They told him that real success isn't just about talent. It requires focus and discipline. But Ryan was confident, maybe a little too confident. He truly believed his intelligence was his golden ticket. He thought that smart people always succeed, no matter what. Then came the day the results of the school scholarship exam were announced. This scholarship was a huge deal for Ryan. It was his stepping stone, the key that would make his dream of becoming a doctor so much more achievable. But as he scanned the list for his name, his heart sank. He had failed. His friends, the ones who studied regularly and consistently, had all done incredibly well. The same teachers who once praised his sharp mind now looked at him with a clear sense of disappointment. That evening, Ryan sat all alone in his room, overwhelmed by a crushing wave of shame and regret. It was in that quiet, painful moment that he realized something profound. His problem wasn't a lack of intelligence. His problem was a waste of time. He finally understood a powerful, inescapable truth. Being smart is not enough. Without discipline, raw talent is like a ship without a rudder, destined to drift aimlessly. That night, something shifted inside Ryan. He made a firm decision. He had to change. He knew he needed more than just a tutor to teach him subjects. He needed a mentor who could teach him how to build discipline. His search led him to Coach Miller, a highly respected physical education teacher at his school. But Coach Miller was different. He was known for training not just the body, but also the mind. The word around school was that even the most distracted, unfocused students became disciplined and driven under his guidance. Ryan approached him, his voice filled with desperation. "Coach," he said, "I can't focus on my studies. Every time I sit down to read, my mind just jumps everywhere. What can I do?" Coach Miller looked at him and smiled calmly. "Controlling the mind isn't easy, Ryan, but it's not impossible. Come with me. Let me show you something." He led Ryan out to the school playground and brought a simple toy bow and arrow from the equipment room. He set up a target board in the middle of the field and said, "If you can hit the center of this board, I'll know how focused you are." Ryan took the bow, aimed, and let the arrow fly. It missed the target completely. The coach asked, "What were you looking at when you released the arrow?" Ryan, a little confused, replied, "Well, the trees, the field around it, and the board itself." The coach shook his head gently. "And that's your problem. You're looking at everything all at once. A great archer, a true marksman, looks only at the target. Nothing else exists." He then looked Ryan in the eyes and said, "Ryan, your mind is constantly busy with your phone, social media, and 100 other distractions. If you truly want to succeed in life, then when it's time to study, you must focus only on your goal. Everything else has to fade away." Ryan understood the logic, but he felt lost. "Coach, where do I even start? How do I become disciplined?" Coach Miller gave him 4 simple rules. "Follow these," he said, "and you will see a change. First, control your thoughts. The moment you feel your mind wandering off, gently but firmly remind yourself, 'This is my study time.' Bring your focus back to the task at hand. Second, make a routine. You need to establish a fixed time for studying and a fixed time for rest. Over time, your brain will adapt to this pattern and it will become easier to switch into focus mode. Third, remove all distractions. Your phone, the TV, those useless apps, they are thieves stealing your future 1 minute at a time. When you study, keep them out of sight and out of mind. And fourth, practice every single day. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle. You build it through small, consistent, daily habits." Ryan listened to every word. He went home and created a strict new routine for himself. When it was time to study, his phone was switched off and placed in another room. Whenever his mind started to drift towards daydreams or distractions, he would repeat his new mantra: "My goal is to become a doctor." At first, it was incredibly difficult. His mind fought back, craving the old habits. But he persisted. And slowly, day by day, something amazing started to happen. His ability to focus grew stronger. Soon, he found he could study for hours at a time, completely absorbed in his work without any distraction at all. A few months later, Ryan faced another important exam. This time the outcome was different. He didn't just pass. He came in first place. And Ryan knew, with absolute certainty, that this success wasn't because of luck or his natural talent. It was the direct result of discipline. A year later, as he stood on stage to receive his hard-earned scholarship, Ryan remembered something Coach Miller had told him. The mind is like a wild horse. If you don't learn to control it, it will drag you wherever it pleases. But if you train it, if you become its master, it will take you exactly where you want to go. From that day forward, Ryan lived his life by one guiding principle: train your mind with discipline, and success will surely follow. If this story inspired you, please give this video a like and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more motivational life stories just like this one. Until next time, be patient, be thankful, and keep moving forward.